This is part 2 of the tutorial where I showed how to save data using the store variable method, where you can save all the data in just one dictionary. So I'm going to show you some more things you can do with this, and I'm going to make a better delete data button. First of all, let me just make it more organized so I can have all these functions in one place. So this save variable function, I can put this into the SaveData class, except I'm going to call it SaveData and make it static. And then here I can remove this function, and now I can change this into a lambda, SaveData dot SaveData, and that makes it just more organized. So now it's time to do a delete data function. So static function delete data. So what this is going to do is that it's going to set the data back to its default value, and then it's going to save it. So that's where the save data function comes in handy now. So I'm going to create a variable default data dictionary, and it's going to be equal to data list. Now you can't just set it equal to data list. I'm pretty sure that it doesn't set it to the actual dictionary. It just sets its memory location. So you want to use a duplicate method, and you can put true if you're saving any list or anything. Just put true. And for the delete data, we can say data list equals default data dot duplicate true, and then we can say save data. And now in the save data button, we can call the new delete data function that we've made in our save data class. So hit play and we'll see what this is like in action. So right now I have no save data. Let me just make some. Click save, and now just to confirm that it's saved, yep, it's still loaded in the way that it was. So now I'm going to click delete data, and then all of a sudden they all get set back to 0 immediately. And now if I try to load the data, it's not going to load anymore because the data is deleted. But you can see it didn't literally delete the save file because it's still here. It just set it all back to the default value. Now let me just clean some of this up a little. So in the save data class, since all of these are inside of the class, we don't need to specify it. So we can just remove all of these save data dots. So here's a little tip. If you hold the Alt button, you can select multiple things. So I'm just going to delete all of these. I'm going to delete this too. It's going to work the same. So let's say that you just wanted to load part of the data, but you didn't want to load the whole thing. So this would be the load all data button, but let's say we have a button over here for just loading the third number. So I'm going to just quickly create a button for that. I'm going to call it load number 3. So now I have a load number 3 button, and when I click this button, what I want it to do is that I want it to load the third number, but it's not going to load the top two. So let me go ahead and set the numbers to 1, 2, 3, and then save that. So now that's in the save file. And also let me just remove this line so that it doesn't load on startup. Okay, let's go back to the save data class, and I can make a static function called load data, and we're going to pass in the key. Now we already have a load data function, but this loads all data. I'm just going to change the name of this to load all data. Okay, and then in these buttons I'm going to change this to load all data. Alright, so this load data function is going to be pretty much the same thing as this, except it doesn't loop through the data. So I just copied and pasted the load all data function, but I'm going to remove this for loop, and instead of using I'm going to use a key. Now also, we want to test if the file data has the key. So we're going to say if data has the key and data list has the key. It's important to check for both of them now, since it's not just getting the data then looping through it. Alright, and now I'm going to attach a script to this button. I can just say SaveData dot load data number 3. So let's see, once I click this load number 3 button, then it's going to load in number 3, and the other two aren't going to get loaded in. And if I click the load all data button, that's going to load all of it. And just for the fun of it, let's test the delete data button again. And yep, they all get reset back to 0. And when I click load data, it's not going to work anymore. So there we go. So all of this is in one class that you can access from anywhere in your game. So remember in the last episode when I had an auto load script where it would like load all the data right when the project starts? So in a class like this, you can't do that. So if you want to load all the data on startup, you could either have an actual auto load script. I don't know, I'm just going to create one called new script, and on ready I can just say SaveData dot load all data, and then go to the project settings, go to auto load, and then add the new script to auto load. And now when I hit play, all the data is going to get loaded by default. Well, it didn't do it because I didn't have any data saved. So let me just save this and then hit play. And yeah, now it's going to load on startup. You can just like attach this to any auto load script you have laying around. But if you don't want to do that, you can always make this in class and auto load itself, which I mean, it's not hurting anything, is it? You can just add SaveData.gd to autoload. Okay, yeah, it's not going to let you do it. You have to remove the class name first, and then you can do it. Add it. Okay, what do you mean? Okay, I just reloaded the editor, and it should let me do it now. So I'm going to add this to autoload, and just make these not static anymore. I'm going to use that trick I showed you from earlier. You can select multiple at once and delete it. And now you can just directly put load all data in the script. Now again, this doesn't have to be auto load. You can make this a class. I don't really see any downsides to using auto load, to be honest. So just use whatever. I don't think it really matters. Yes, I hope this was useful. I'm not going to make a part 3 because that's pretty much all that you need to know about this. There are other methods to saving data, such as using resources and stuff. It's more advanced that way, and I'm pretty sure it's more sophisticated than this. But this is a simple method, a really simple method that works for about any project. So thank you for watching, and I hope you learned something. But if you're actually watching this right now, just please put in the comments like any tutorial you might want to see, because I really want to make tutorials that people would actually learn something from. So yeah, that would be great if you can leave a comment asking for whatever you'd like to see, and I'll see if I can make a tutorial for it.